My opportunity is coming. I'm gonna be able to come back up next time and kick your ass. I play all of the Nintendo games.
Why, God, why?
It's okay for macho men to show every emotion available right there, you know, because I've cried 1,000 times, I'm gonna cry some more.
Yes!
No way!
Okay, okay.
I play all of the Nintendo games.
Honey, what's got into ya?
My Emperor! I failed you! I'll do my best.
You call this fucking music? Hell yes.
Gamers, how you doing? Welcome and happy Monday. I'm America's #1 online video game personality, Ben, the Parvinator Parvin, here at your service. Here to serve the common gamer, you know, of which I am a member, self-identified as, you know, just the common. I'm one of you. Anybody could do this show. Anybody could do this show. Welcome. Today, guys, here's a thumbnail anybody could have done. Wait, where'd it go? Thumbnail? Where are you? Guys, welcome and happy Monday. We're here on part 14 of Chrono Trigger. Jesus. Kind of hitting me. Part 14. Been at it for a little while. We're still working on some side quests. We're, if you're, well, whether you're familiar with the game or not, we're at this point towards the very end of the game where in fact, where like when you save, this game gives you this series of chapter titles. It's a really cool way to kind of just, you know, subdivide the game out, because it you know, it's funny, certain aspects of the storyline are very just bam bam bam, on to the next one, on to the next one. And sometimes those chapter titles are like the only, like if you were to come back after a long time, those chapter titles might be the only thing that really clues you in as to where you need to go, or, you know, what's next. But yeah, we're at the last of those chapter titles, but a whole bunch of side quests have opened up to us, and this of course gives you all the best loot. You know, you're getting your best armor and loot. You're also getting you're squeezing a little bit of exposition out of these characters too. You're getting like you're getting some character development. All the characters, I think Ayla's thing is like not quite a full side quest, but like pretty much all the characters get a full side quest, and it kind of opens up a little more lore about them, or like you know, just a it fleshes it out, right? There's a whole bunch of characters in this game, and I'm honestly surprised we get as much backstory and as much development as we do, considering there's so many playable characters. But yeah, this is one of those opportunities for several of these characters to kind of do something to close their story arc. A lot of them have something, they've got these, like some unfinished business somewhere, right? And that's what I like about this portion of the game is, yeah, you get to see another side of these characters. It's pretty sweet. With that being said, we're gonna go ahead and hop into it. How are you guys? Happy Monday. Jeez. It's been I've had a case of the Mondays today, man. I'm not gonna lie. Sorry I'm running late. I had to take my cat to the vet today, and they'd give me a heads up that it might take super long this time, because you know, this place is closing, and they're like seeing all this, you know, high appointment volume and stuff. So, you know, at least they set the, at least they gave me the heads up. It didn't take nearly as long as they said it might, but it was still, you know, took me away from the apartment and stuff, and got home and had some lunch and did what I could to get us fired up here, get ready to go. All right, save 223, the faded hour. How was your weekend? Let me see if I can do something about this. I am not really loving my current streaming setup here. I have done something screwed up, like the sort of lighting system I had that was not great. I started adjusting it, and I'm just like not loving it. And oh yeah, man, today I'm just feeling greasy and hot. Threw the hat on because I kept trying to mess with the bandana and stuff, and I was just like, I don't know why I get man, I've always been like particular. I don't know. I'm you know, who knows? I just like the hair in my eyes, hair touching my face. It drives me absolute fucking bonkers. And there was never really a time when it didn't, you know, not even they'd like, oh, I'm trying to be cool and I'm 13, so I'm just gonna, you know, put my hair right here all the time and just pretend that it's not a problem at all, or it's pretend it's never in the way. Even then I was like, this sucks. It just bugs me. And it's been really hot in this room too, so like I just got in this thing where I was like sweating and, you know, tried to put the hat on and stuff, and so, oh my god, I can't figure this very simple thing out. How do I cool myself down? How do I get my hair back enough to get a hat on or do something that looks okay? Like, fuck. Hot in this room, man. I also don't have my sunglasses, which I want. I want my sunglasses, and I may have left them at my buddy's house. I'm struggling. I had to drive today without them, and it was bright as fuck. And I was like, you know, I'm starting to cry a little bit. I'm doing this number while I'm driving. You know, drive with one eye open.
It's okay for macho men to show every emotion available right there, you know, because I've cried 1,000 times, I'm gonna cry some more.
Today's just been a tough one. I'm stressed out, man. I'm looking forward to playing some Chrono Trigger. And the world around me, I feel, is stressed out. I went for a jog this morning, and, you know, it's like I take off and it's like I got my music going. All right, feeling good, you know. But not even that far from home, it was just like a ton of activity. You know, we have some homeless folks around, but there's a lot of folks that just pass through. I'll see them one time and never again. But it's just like this morning, it was like, I don't know if they had just like moved some people off of a street or what, but it was just like a ton of folks. So I'm starting my run and like it's a ton of folks like just like moving very fast and angrily, you know, and like pulling a wagon or busting ass on a scooter, like just going super fast, weaving in and out, and everybody just seemed pissed, and like I'm seeing people like mouth off to each other and stuff, and I was like, what is going on, man? The world is having a case of the Mondays right now. I got to a stoplight. There's one more little story about this, but I got to a stoplight and I've got my full jogging stuff on and everything, and it's like kind of there's a big sidewalk there, and I see this lady kind of walking up with a stroller, and it's a very big sidewalk. I'm like looking around, you know, okay, I'm waiting to cross. I'm like, okay, I don't think she's going my way, but I'm not far from my curb. I'm kind of out of the way, and I have my headphones on and stuff, and like I look back again and I see like, oh, it looks like she's kind of still looking my direction, and I'm thinking like I look and I see that there's like a lot of space around me for her to cross the other way. She wants to hit the ramp. She wants to like go down the little curb, you know, where it's graded down, so that, you know, if you're but you know, just the accessibility little curve there at the end, you know what I'm talking about. And I was like trying to get out of her way and stuff, but she had like a ton of room still, and I'm like almost in the street, and then this guy, I'm trying to get out of her way, and then this guy just comes up and it's like, move the fuck out the way. It's like, what, dude? I'm like, it was just so, it's like, no. It was so bang bang too. There was absolutely no like, oh, I'm gonna stand here and just get in this mom's way while she pushes her stroller. And it wasn't even close to that, but it was like, I guess she was hung up because she wanted like even more room. And I think she was trying to get away from some folks that were a little further out and kind of ride it closer to me to get away from them, you know. But like, I didn't realize I was in her way at first. It started to move, and I guess that seemed like a bystander that told me to somebody else, like a third party rolling up on the scene. I was like, what is going on, man? Like, I can't tell any more Case of the Monday stories right now. I'm getting myself pissed again, but yeah. Sir Martin said, people are so rude. I've been having problems with people all day too. Yeah, sorry to hear that, man. Yeah, it is, Nick, yeah. Society's on one today. All days, a certain amount of people are on one. I think today I hit the jackpot, and I'm around a bunch of them. I'm trying to not let it totally bend me, but I've been pissed off and in a bad mood since I got home from the vet. I was taking my cat. I had to take my cat to the vet, and there's this like, we're on a like 4-lane road, you know, 2 going each way, and the speed limit's like 35 on this road. You know, it's nothing high. And it's that thing where like I'm looking ahead, and then, you know, like sometimes like you won't even, it wasn't like I was spacing out at all. It was just that this person came up behind me very, very quickly. And the first thing I notice them is that, oh shit, they're like right up on me, you know, like that's the first I see them, is that, you know, I'm seeing the dude like, all like, and he's looking, I'm seeing him like starting to scream. you know, like do this, and I'm just like, what the fuck? And I looked for a second, and it was like, and I was like, I mouthed the words, "You'll be okay," like you'll be okay, and I smiled a bit, and the dude's going fucking ballistic, and I am not like. I'm going like just below the speed limit, but it's a situational thing because we're on a very busy road. People are pulling in and out, you know, like I by no means was I like going slow, and he could have passed me on the left for a good portion of that, and he didn't. And he just continues every chance to like ride up as close as he can to me. And then I put my turn signal on because I'm, you know, I was only like a half mile away from where I needed to be, or less, like when he started to get behind me, so it wasn't that long, you know. And I put my turn signal on to go to turn into the vet and stuff, and he like jams right up behind me again, and like starts to get in between me and the car on the left, like he's gonna pass as close as he can to me and between us, kind of. And he's just like, you know, just like looking like fucking insane as he passes. He's screaming at me and stuff, and I was like, what is going on, man? Like, no, dude, I was, yeah, I didn't, maybe that explains it, Nick. I don't know, man. It was, with situations like that, it's like you're both angry and a terrible driver, dude. Like, I'm over here saying, like, dude, you could have passed me all day, but you wanted to like jam up my, you know, right up into my ass, and then, you know, it's like, what are you doing? Yeah, sorry about this. Sir Martin said 2 wrecks next to me right now. People are driving crazy. Yeah, man. Well, everybody be careful. Get home. Get home today. I'm gonna get into this game in just a second, but sorry, I needed to. Those are the big aspects that made it a case of the Mondays for me. There's one more little story, but maybe I'll get myself going on a side quest here. So like I was saying, we're at a point in the game where we could go beat the boss right now, and in fact, we're probably high enough level to start working towards that, and could probably pull it off. But we wouldn't have a lot of the best weapons, items, armor, all that good stuff. So yeah, we're at the portion of the game where a lot of side quests have opened up. Some of those we've already done, like I think pretty much all the sealed chests ones we could do have been done. That's one of the big quests. They yield some of the best rewards. What's left for every character, Ayla, I'm wondering about. I don't think she gets a big side quest, but I think for pretty much every character, with that exception, there's like a side quest that does a lot of story development for them, or at least adds another little layer to the lore, fleshes that character out a bit, which is pretty cool, because I mean, there's a big roster in this game. You have a lot of characters you can choose from, and I like that at the end they give each of these characters like it's like one last thing. Most of them have some, you know, there's some loop out there, some unfinished business that they need to get done, so some personal matters often, and they're gonna go handle that. And yeah, you know, again, it results in some good story development and then getting some really cool items. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, I mean, 7 main characters, I guess. All right. I said a lot. I know that's not like seeing like, you know, some RPGs. God, I was watching Ralph Nemesis play Mana or something. It was like over 100 characters or something crazy. One of those Mana games. All right, so some of these side quests are shorter than others, and some are more fun. Some can have like some pretty full-on boss fights. You know what? I think I'm gonna maybe do Lucas first. Solar energy was used aeons ago, well before Lavos energy existed. Might be just the thing we need to defeat Lavos. Or wait a minute, I wrote down which one I wanted to do first. I was looking at this great strategy guide to see like what are we really at the end of the game? Yeah, we are. And it mentioned that some of these are like pretty quick. In fact, I selected 3 of them today because, yeah, it said that they were some of the shortest. Luca, Frog, and Ayla. I think Ayla's is just like getting the armor. Ayla village have strong defense item. Go see. Ayla go. Big yawn here. I think that the defense item she's talking about is like the ruby vest or something. Let's just go there and check it out. Does she not have another, like, area to clear or something? That's too bad. Doop-de-bee-bee-ba-ba-ba-doo. Sorry, poor Robo. Not getting any love. Let's actually, I'll roll with this for now. I'll do this. Let's take these folks. Oh yeah, now we can put other people in the lead position and see their funny. Let them lead everybody else around. This is great. Is that really faster, Ayla? I don't know. Board the Jackie. Yes, please.
It's okay for macho men to show every emotion available.
All right, we're gonna go to the prehistory. Yeah. Jackie, go! Poor Chrono, we just got him back, and I'm like, nah, dude, sorry. You can sit this one out. You need to sit down, Chrono, and think about what you did back there. That heroic sacrifice. I don't know, man. Maybe it wasn't necessary. I'm gonna think that it was necessary so I can sleep at night, though, you know? Chrono had to do it. Chiefs, hey, well, let's talk to him. Let's talk to Kino. Ayla okay? Kino okay? Lavos fall, Reptide's gone. Good. But get cold now. Hunting bad.
Don't buy any unripe bananas.
Yeah, buddy, you might want to buckle up for about the next, 65 million years or so. Lavos fall, Reptide's gone. Good, but get cold now. Hunting bad. But Kino not give up. Ayla no worry, leave to Kino. Yeah, I think Ayla gets a little bit shorted when it comes to the side quests here. They're trying to get you to go get some armor that's going to help you with the end of the game and with Son of Sun, I think. Sorry, guys. Give me a second. My allergies are killing me. BRB. Thank you. Sorry about that. There are some things that are better left done on a BRB screen, like clearing one's throat. Made armor for many rubies, 10 of each, petal, fang, horn, and feather for trade. Nobody wants to see that. The worst is though, like, I don't know if you guys will ever get those, but you're not feeling it necessarily, but it's kind of building up. It's because I've had this like post-nasal drip and the, you know, just icky throat for like a while. And you ever have those moments where like that's kind of working in the background, but it's not, you're not noticing that you need to go, you know, clear it out or anything. And then suddenly you have like the drop or something. And it's like you go from being cool to like, oh God, I need a hock a loogie right now. And that's the worst. I've had that happen on screen, or it's just like, oh, all right. Just click BRB real quick, because thunder stun all dinosaur, you know? All right. You want trade? I think, yeah, I think they're just telling us the, I think this guy's got the menu here. Oh, shit. When rain monster appear. Wait, who tells us what's worth what? We have nothing. I thought one of them would like tell you what you can get. When rain rare monster appear. I'm confused. Anyway, I think we have some of what they sell. Or I'm pretty sure I stuck around to make one of these or something. Let me look this up real quick. What is it that these guys can sell to me? I don't think it would take long to get the ingredients there. But... Yoka Village Hut. Do 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 do. Oh, after returning following the defeat of Magus, the trader will have upgraded the weapons he has to offer. Okay. I think I bought some ruby vests. Magma hand. Trader will have upgraded the weapons he has to offer. Is this the same? Do 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 do. Interesting. So I think I guess then... Oh, it's ruby armor. It's just ruby armor that we're getting at this point. So, unaware... I had no idea about this, but I guess... Oh, sorry, Sir Martin. Yeah, let me... I'll think this through and I'll tell you what it's all about. I had no idea that they give you like 3 sets of items you can buy here, I think. Yeah, it's like... we could have come here before we did the upgrades to the epoch. Epoch. Okay. It's the ruby armor. Costs 10 of each. Okay. That's what we're gonna do. Yeah, so Sir Martin, so it's pretty sweet. It's a Japanese role-playing game. It came out in 1995, I think. And it's a big part of why it was a big release in Japan, especially, was because it had like kind of the main creative forces behind both Final Fantasy and Dragon Quest. You know, 2 really big RPG franchises in Japan. It had a couple of them working together with the person that does the music from. Well, actually, they went a different direction for music, but yeah, like it was sort of that. They even called it like the Dream Team. That phrase was used a lot. But and yeah, it's about time travel basically. This it starts out in the year 1000 AD, and there's just this kid Chrono. His name is Chrono. He wakes up and it's time for the Millennial Fair. Like, you know, since it's 1000 AD, they're throwing their big, you know, first Millennial Fair. And while he's there, his buddy Luca is this inventor. She wants to try this little teleporter she's made. And she's, you know, this genius, you know, tinkerer type. This is Luca here. And she she wants to show off this small little teleporter she's made. This is like 2 platforms. You stand on platform A, it sends you over to platform B, and then that's it. But someone that Chrono meets, this girl he meets at the fair, her pendant starts to glow during that demonstration. And this is just this pendant she's had. It turns out she's actually some royalty, you know, without giving too much away. Like, basically, this pendant is kind of a big deal, and you'll learn about it later. But it starts to glow and react during that little teleporter demonstration, and a wormhole actually opens up. A time gate opens up, and a couple members end up going into it pretty much and traveling through time. And it just that starts the story. Basically, it gets the whole story kicking off. And it's over the course of the story, they basically find that there's this thing that crashed into the planet a long time ago, and they learn, basically their mission becomes to stop this thing. It crashed into the planet a long time ago, and it's been like evolving alongside human beings, and even like even it talks about how it like absorbs our DNA and our energy, and it basically grows itself. It's this crazy alien life form named Lavos, crashed down from another planet. But it basically goes to planets, you know, harvests all the DNA for a very long time while it grows down in the Earth or down in that planet. And then when it's at max strength, it finally, you know, explodes, and it sends a bunch of little spawn out into the universe to go colonize the next planet. And basically our heroes here, you know, the game starts off all sweet and cute, but our heroes end up just stumbling into this huge, crazy storyline about how the world will be destroyed by this thing if they don't stop it. And they just start being able to travel through time to do things. And, you know, as you can probably imagine, as they do some things in the past, it changes things in other eras. So, you know, it's a pretty sweet game like that. A very fun, you know, pretty like accessible. I played it in middle school, and I got a lot of the storyline. You know, like some of it gets a little crazy at points. Well, like I got most of it. You know, so it's like an accessible story about like time travel, but it's really cool too, and with some pretty like there's some interesting, there's a bit of interesting philosophy in the game, and yeah, it's cool. There's some kind of heady topics and stuff, you know, with like time travel and with this nature of Lavos, and yeah, it's pretty sweet. Yeah, it does. It was basically, you go on to find that it's a relic from the past. That was very important to aspects of the storyline. And it had been passed down through that royal line. And yeah, basically that pendant was played a very big role in some events that happened a long time ago that kind of got, you know, that sort of set the rest of the storyline up. So yeah, it's sweet. It's a cool game that like you don't really get the storyline comes to you in these sort of waves and pieces, you know. And it hasn't fully unfolded until you're pretty much done with the game, or, you know, your party's kind of left in a lurch for a lot of it. There's a few misdirections. They think, oh, this must be, if we go here, we can stop the big bad guy, you know, and like there's just a few things over the course of the story, of course, they're not always on the right track. So yeah. Kind of gets them on another storyline thing, or now they realize they screwed something up, so they gotta. It's pretty cool. But yeah, it's a pretty short game too for these kind of games here. It's not that long. I think a lot of people finish it around like 30 hours or something like that. You know, of course, you know, I've left it on playing a lot of times here. So, hey, thanks, Nick. Yeah, that was a good question too, Sir Martin. Yeah, that was a question that showed you were paying attention. Thank you. Yeah. No dumb questions. Oh, that was a good one. I've gotten a little cracked out this time in playing the some of the storyline I never knew as well, and well, like I've outside of the stream, I've been doing a little bit of reading to kind of supplement some of what I know. A little bit of it is tough because there was a sequel to this game that I never played. The sequel is like generally less popular than this one. It's called Chrono Cross. I hear it's really good. I think it like maybe people have come around on it a lot, or it's like more popular now, and it's kind of a cult classic for a while. But I'm not that familiar with that game, so there's some aspects of the storyline that I still don't have, you know, because there's a whole other game to it. But I would say there's a lot of people kind of in my shoes who spend a lot more time on this game and never really much on the other. Yeah. In the future, yeah. Absolutely. Yeah. 7:34 here. You know, I have a couple folks who watch from the UK sometimes, and it just blows my mind. They're I think sometimes they tend to be late owl, or you know, night owls or something, so it's a I'll usually catch them towards the beginning of the stream, and you know. Yeah, totally, Nick. I think that's a strength for this game, is that it like I think it's hard for RPGs to know when to wrap it, you know, when to wrap up. And the thing about an RPG is like, once you sort of have a certain, if you have kind of a formula to the gameplay, or to, you know, how you like go to new territories, etc., you can kind of just keep going, you know, like forever and ever and ever. Yeah, it's yeah, pretty late, I guess. Yeah, what is it, Greenwich? Is it at 2 a.m. right now? I need a Greenwich GMT. What? Give it to me now. What? 12:36 a.m. There we go. Midnight. Well, you know, almost 1. 12:36. You know, when I write the time, sometimes I've thought about including GMT as well, or you know, starting GMT +5 or whatever it is that we are here. I forget. It's more than that. Not getting much in the way of items here. So wait, what was it? It was the, hold on one second. It was the ruby armor. Is that really something we don't have? I saw the ruby red lips, blonde hair, blue eyes. I'm about to bid my heart goodbye. Now maybe we don't have this. Hold on. Somebody's got it, I think. Yeah. Yeah, Sir Martin said the original games are usually the best. Sometimes that's the case, you know. It sounds good, man. Thanks for hanging out. Yeah. Yeah, good luck with the drive, and yeah, be safe out there. So it's not these red vests or whatever, it's a ruby vest. Or not a ruby vest, a ruby armor, it was saying. I'm like, is that the same thing? No, ruby armor is a different. Is that just like 100% absorption or something? Reduces fire damage by 80%. Heck yeah. Well, I think that's worth it for like fighting. What's it, Son of Sun or whatever? Yeah, I was saying that I think with RPGs at a certain point you can kind of just, you know, how do you know when to end it? You know, especially if, like I said, it's kind of a tight system of like, oh, exploring, find a new town, something is going on in that town. You know, if you have that sort of formula to it, like a Dragon Quest or something, I think you could almost just make those games go on forever. And Dragon Quest 11 is really great, and honestly, I feel like it does mix it up enough. But damn, it's like you're at the end, you're like, wow, that's a lot of hours. I hear Dragon Quest 7 is pretty much precisely what I was saying about it being like, it's a great fun formula, but apparently you just do it over and over and over and over again. And some people really like I don't know if I said Final Fantasy or Dragon Quest, but I meant DQ. Some people like Dragon Quest 7 a lot. It's like it's kind of a cult classic or fan favorite sometimes. You know, or like I shouldn't say fan favorite, but like it has folks who really enjoy it, you know. Cult classic might be more. But yeah, I actually had that one as a kid as Dragon Warrior. They hadn't made the split at that point to start, or it was still split, Warrior in US and Quest in Japan. And I had Dragon Warrior 7 as a kid, and I did play a good portion of it, but I think I just had another game going at the time and ended up not playing as long as I could have. Yeah, Kevin, it's an issue with these. It can be an issue with these games for sure for a lot of people. I think I've certainly you know, this game I've had a couple of attempts started and not finished. This is a great game too. This was not the initial stuff. First couple playthroughs I was really into it, but later on I did have one I didn't stick with, and a couple other RPGs like some of the Final Fantasies for sure. I've got a few aborted files, you know. Sometimes getting pretty significantly into it, or you know, and then like, oh, okay, I can't do this anymore. You know what? I want to play this game now, and then I just, you know, the trail goes cold. And it's hard for me to pick those games. It's hard for me to get in and pick those games up if you've had them put down for a while, you know? You know, it's like even if they can give you a recap on the story or whatever, there's also just that, okay, well, I got to get back to where I was fast going through the menus and I knew what each character was doing, and yeah. Oh, 9, right? Is that the one that's like multiplayer? Is that what you're talking about, Kevin? I know there was one of them that had this like multiplayer aspect to it or something. This like online kind of thing. Or well, there's one that's like an MMORPG, and then there was one that I think was like multiplayer. Now, I've confused myself. Oh shit! Speaking of confusing myself. Get me out of here! I think I've been stuck in this before. Oh yeah, that DS game. I don't know a whole lot about it, but yeah, that one kind of seems a bit of a black sheep at this point, and I think those servers being down is certainly a part of that. I wonder what all you can do without a... I hear that one was pretty full on for like stuff to do, like there's these like grottos, I think. That's when people talk about that game, I hear a lot of grotto talk. I guess that was an aspect of the game with that I just had a shit ton of content to it, but also a lot of repetition. I don't know how we're doing on some of these items, but at least I'm in an area where I can fight some things. Oh shit, I fell in the hole, huh? The grottos, yes, okay. Well, it's funny because I know so little about the game, but I know that the grottos. I know people don't like the grottos, or at the very least, it's too much, you know. I think I'm gonna play Earthbound. That'll probably be the next RPG we do. I think I can really get it in maybe after Chrono Trigger. Although I might throw some extra streams at Mario 64 as well, just to make sure I eventually beat that game. Oh shoot, we don't have lightning, huh? These guys might suck without that. Hit him with your best.
This is the voice of your conscience.
Had a good weekend. I went to see a comedy show and / concert on Saturday. That was fun. And then went over to my buddy's house afterwards. We'd gone together, and yeah, after the show we went to his place, and he's been working on this LED, you know, DIY, FBI, CIA. He's been doing this do-it-yourself, like LED. He bought these like long LED tubes, and he's been doing this setup and programming it and having all the timers for it and everything, and also using it to like link up to his music production that he does and his interface that he uses, you know, and like he does some like live concerts and stuff, and is trying to work towards doing more of that. Well, I should say streamed concerts. He hasn't been able to do a live, like in-person thing in a while, but he's been working on that LED setup, and it's really cool. And in fact, he was talking about like I got to find some ways to like turn it down a little bit because it was really bright. But yeah, he's got it. You know, using like I said, he's got it all on a bunch of timers and programmed with this other art that he's made and stuff to do like washes and gradients across it, and combine that with the like video art that he has playing at the same time. It was sweet. I've been bugging him to see it for a little bit. And yeah, he put on that first song of his set that he's been working on, and had the lights going, and his what is it called? Like it's got a sweet name, Dream Machine or something. I always forget. He's got this really great like big synth interface thing with just a, you know, this thing is a beast with a ton of you know, like, I mean, it's just like so customizable, and there's so much you can do with it. And it's funny because it was hooked up and working during that, and we just started jamming, dude. It's great. He also had a flute nearby because there was this one part I was like, oh, okay. I know he has a flute in his apartment. I bust that out sometimes, and the flute came out. I felt motivated. Well, actually, I had to ask him, like, hey, do you have that flute around here? Because he had a bunch of stuff set up. It was kind of, I didn't want to go like digging around or anything. So I can't do very much on it, but I can. I've only just recently started picking it up, and It's fun. I want to get one for myself and just learn to play it a little bit. I can get a good sound out of it. I just don't know. I don't know shit for, you know, in terms of like how to tune it, how to. I haven't done anything other than just practicing getting a good full, you know, flute tone out of it. Just open, you know, no keys or just one or something, you know. I figured that could be a good first step. Well, I've made it to the reptile lair. We don't really need to be here, so I'll go back to the forest maze. I went into that reptile lair for a bit. We'll just work our way back and get some, you know, get some more of those items. That's funny, Kevin. You know, oh, I missed your one about Earthbound. Sorry. Yeah, I just was hearing a story. Actually, I didn't get to hear it. They were teasing a story when I was driving the other day, and it was about the decline of recorders in music classrooms in the United States. And how I guess it's been a fairly rapid decline of late. A lot fewer, you know, because that was a unit that I think a lot of kids remember. And it may have been a longer thing, but it could, I think at our school, I mean, we did it for like, they brought it out in like one period or something, and we were learning to play recorders, but they never had us do like a concert with them or something like some of the other kids had to do. That sounds lovely, doesn't it? Just nothing like a concert full of like 30 middle schoolers playing their recorders, or elementary school kids, whatever. God. Now I like want to look that up. Just like have that as on standby here on the on the soundboard. Donk. Yeah, I played drums in middle school and then into high school and stuff, and that was always my passion, was for the most part playing drums. But as I got to the end of high school, I started, we had like this busted up sax. I found it like off in a locker, you know. It was like it hadn't been touched for years, you know. It was just sitting in this locker, and I just started playing around with it, and I was like, man, I honestly started to lament a little bit that I hadn't spent more of my time that I had allotted to me in band and in school to learning something other than drums too. And like as much as I love it, and I still feel like it's probably like what I'm best at, but I did have a feeling of like, man, I should have been moving on to other stuff sooner, because I can do this too. I had given up like really early with like learning to read music notation. Like I learned to read rhythm and stuff, but part of the reason why I moved to drums from, like, they started me off on like baritone, you know, or something. I was like, I didn't really want to play that in the first place, and then it was like, or I can play drums, you know. So I didn't learn to read, you know, all music. I can read rhythm, and it's helpful. But yeah, I don't know. I wish I would have spent a little more time when I was younger, and I just had that built-in time in school and stuff. I wish I would have maybe moved to something else a little sooner. I really wish I could play. I'd like to start, maybe eventually, like start with like a keyboard or something, you know, and just learn a little bit of keys. It's a great instrument for learning more about music, and you know, a piano or a keyboard, and a good tool for writing as well. Yeah, it was. Yeah, Kevin, it was a staple. And yeah, I guess this story on NPR that I did not get to fully hear, I guess they were going to talk about how it's started to go It's not. I guess it's not as common these days, you know. Yeah. Yeah. Oh well, you know you got to use both hands with being a drummer. That wouldn't have stopped you. No, that you would have been okay. I get it though. Yeah, it's a. And with the way some instruments are set up, you know, you want to get a. Most are can be played by anything. Something like guitar, it's kind of funny because I actually was just seeing something on Reddit where someone was like, "Can I play guitar?" And they had a good chunk. They were missing like maybe half of this finger, their ring finger, and I keep my actual wedding band on the wrong finger because it doesn't fit on the finger that it should. So, you know, whatever. It can just go on the middle finger. Sure. But yeah, he was like missing like half of the his left ring finger, and which is like I think like I think like Jerry Garcia had like the same injury or something too. Or no, his was a yeah, I think he had basically the same injury, but some people are saying, you know, just try a left-handed guitar. I would try that. That way you're holding the pick with your hand that is missing the finger, you know, the phalange. Oh yeah. I have a buddy, there's a buddy of mine who's and this kind of blows. This is fairly like, I mean, these people are out there, but man, it's an interesting thing. He's a left-handed dude, always has been, but he's part of a bigger family. Everyone else in his family is right-handed. And it was a very musical family. Almost everybody plays something. And when he and his older brother started to get into guitar and stuff, he was kind of having trouble holding the guitar like they did, and strumming and controlling the pick with his right hand. And he actually just like, without even, I think he like tried for just a couple of minutes doing it the regular way, and then like when no one was looking, he just took the regular right-handed guitar and just flipped it upside down. And he doesn't restring it or anything. He just plays a right-handed guitar flipped upside down and strung the same way. And that's a fairly unique thing, you know. That's like you see it's out there, but it's also just it gives it kind of an like he can have a little bit of a different sound too, because he is strumming from a different direction often. You know, you can of course go back and forth when you strum. But like it just does something a little bit like when he and his brother would learn some of the same stuff, you know, it had like a just slightly different feel to it because of the, you know, him hitting the strings in a different, you know, reverse order, I guess. Yeah, I always thought that was pretty cool. I think Jimi Hendrix played he plays a right-handed guitar flipped upside down, but I think he restrings it so that it would be, you know, it would have the same, you know, be like a well, anyway, I'm better explaining games than I am music. I was gonna let that one fall to the wayside, if I may. I'll say this, and I've had this thought a few times lately. I think I had to become an adult and continue to try to play music sometimes as an adult to realize this. But like, you know, like when it comes to like social situations, etc., I've always kind of struggled with that. Like I can be fun, and I tend to like, people tend to, I think, like me, but I can come across as, it could be a lot. So, because I could be hyperactive, or you know, it can I can try to, I'm trying to make people laugh or something. And, sometimes that's, of course, going to be a big swing and a miss or whatever. And, but with that being said, I think, when it comes to music, and I have an instrument in my hand, and even if I'm not that well versed in it, it's like I start speaking another language, and it's one that I understand a lot better. And it's like the fucking social anxiety, knowing what to say next, that kind of stuff it evaporates, and it's like I'm begin conversing in a different way. It's like I realize I have another way to talk to people, and it's through us playing music together. And it's, you feel like, I think many people can feel that different side of them coming out through that, or, as a person who is always trying to find the right words to describe something. And, I think there's something really cool about a wordless situation like that, where you're finding another way to talk, and and it's like the rest of the world is melting away. I was just like, damn, man, I wish more social situations, everybody just picked up an instrument, like I might fit in a little bit more. And again, like I'm not a great musician. I spread myself across a few instruments, and like, had some rigor as a kid. A lot of that's gone these days, but it's still, I still get a lot out of jamming and just making music with people in a living room, like, I don't know. That's what tells me I need to do more of it, and I need to, get it into my life, and I need to use it as a social thing too. If music does that, and if I feel that, I'm like, wow, I'm actually expressing myself how I want to right now, Yeah. Yeah, thanks, Nick. Yeah, it's fun, man. We're not really getting a whole lot in the way of these fangs and pedals and all that stuff. And I forget how to get out of here, too. I actually don't think I've made it back, like, to the other side of the map yet. Good thing we're getting this side quest done first. Kilwala. Rock on.
Yes.
Look at some Pokemon anime sounds.
Yeah.
I'm watching some of the episodes with the Pokemon anime. It's like all on YouTube right now. From like the channel is Pokemon TV, and it's all up there. Or well, I don't think they have the whole series, but they're uploading stuff. And yeah, man, it's funny hearing some of the same some of the same voiceover folks like doing so many characters. And I always like Brock's voice.
Yeah.
There's this one guy in an early episode that's got a Sandshrew.
Sandshrew, where are you?
And he's like putting weights on the Sandshrew and stuff, and making it do like water training and stuff. And
Mind your own business.
what a perfect Southern accent, this guy.
I don't need any amateurs teaching me how to train Pokemon.
How the hell do I get out of here? Ah! I need to escape. Escape from prehistory. Actually, this might be what we want. Look how winding it is. Pretty sweet, too. It's honestly kind of crazy how they've, how this is structured here. Just the way that they're playing with shade as well. This is pretty sweet. I'm just kind of noticing that those extra layers of the shade and how that, of course, it you know, it's intentional to get you a little lost in here. Very winding path.
Do the Macarena.
You know, I didn't watch a whole lot of it as a kid, Kevin. Yeah, and I didn't remember much at all. The episodes that I've seen, some of them I'm like, oh, I've seen some reference to that since then, but I don't remember the original stuff, you know. Because as a kid, I'm not catching every episode. I'm catching a couple of them. I remember like the first one pretty well, and then sometimes I'd go over to like a friend's house and they'd have a VHS or two. Yo, you didn't have to do that. Oh, hey. Thank you for the tip. Yeah, thank you. I had one come through anonymous, but I can guess. Yeah. Hey, thank you. That's very nice. I appreciate it. I heard that coming. It's always weird when I hear my own voice coming through it. It's I made some of those so long ago, and because the tip one is outside of Twitch, I don't hear it much, and it always cracks me up. Yeah, totally, Kevin. Yeah. And like, I remember I'd watch some shows as a kid just to have the TV on, kind of, or just to like have Nicktoons on. And I remember like at a certain point, I had realized like, man, I've seen like every episode of Rugrats or Doug that they're showing. And they would go on to like do some like reboot seasons or something after that. But I remember at this one point being like, Nick, I've seen everything you got. Come on, Nickelodeon, give me spice it up. Also, I should say, even though damn it, I'm back here. Man, too bad I didn't just fly back in here. I gotta get myself out of the forest maze. Well, it starts with this here. I'm letting you climb that, huh?
Who invented that thing?
Oh, so I was talking earlier about just a case of the Mondays and just it seeming like everyone around me today was very aggro, and it just got to me after a little while. I've never seen that one, Kevin. I've never heard of it. No, it seemed like everybody was really aggro, and I gave a few examples earlier, just getting a guy tailgating me really bad. I'm on the way to dropping my cat off at the vet. Psycho. Several other things too. One that I saw that was an interesting one, and okay, this is a very mundane. This is a very, very mundane situation overall, and probably a very boring story in total. But I'm gonna try to like. Right, sometimes there's fun in the details. Well, I'm finishing up my jog, and at this point I'm actually walking. I'm in the cool down and stuff, and but I'm in this kind of congested part of town, trying to get back to my my apartment and stuff, and I'm walking down the sidewalk, and I'm coming to an area where there's a food truck parked on the side that is kind of like narrowing things a little bit when it comes to the sidewalk. It's just taking up a little bit of space there. And but there's still like quite a bit of space. And I'm walking, I see this woman pushing a stroller up ahead. The second stroller story today. And she's pushing a stroller with the baby or toddler or whatever in it. And then I see this guy that's a little bit ahead of her. They're both walking towards me. The guy is a little bit ahead of her. He looks disheveled. He looks like he's just got a bit of the, like he's walking, but he's just kind of like got a bit of a lean on, and he's kind of, he's clearly like still hungover or whatever, but he's walking, and he's like just a little bit like, not quite a straight line, but he's going quite slow. He was a very old man. He looked pretty old, and he just looked like he was kind of staggering drunk a little bit. Well, this person is pushing the stroller, and I see her like, she is looking so scared because she sees this guy up ahead. And I'm kind of watching the whole thing, and it's like it's all in slow motion. I see him, and I'm like, okay, he's like, he doesn't see the mom and the kid yet. They're behind him, and he's kind of just like doing his best to get up this sidewalk, But I look, and the mom just has this horrified look on her face, and she is like trying to go like as far around this guy as she can, and she was nowhere close to her at all, but like as he's walking, he just had like a slight, it wasn't bad. Like the guy just, he nowhere near where they were, but he didn't quite walk a straight line for like 2 steps. He got a little out of that line for like a step or 2. And this lady is going around him, and she was like, she seriously was like, like I heard her like gasp as the guy just kind of like, just did a bit of a stumble for 1 step. And she's like, she like goes past him, and he's not even aware of her until that moment. And then he immediately was like, oh, I'm sorry, miss, and he's like, he does like, I see him do this like, waving like, oh, okay. He's all hunched over and stuff. And he, he's realizing, oh shit, dude, he's probably telling himself like, oh dude, you're wilding out right now. You almost walked into you're in someone's way, and you're not trying to be. Like he kind of had that look like, oh shit, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to be in your way. And he kind of gestured like that. And she just looked so like she was frozen for a little while, and like wouldn't move, wouldn't go past, and was just like, and it's like, I was close by at this point, and the dude running the taco stand is like right there as well. And I can't, when I tell you that, like, it's so funny because I feel we just had this different perspective, and she was already anxious and seeing the guy stumble a bit ahead, and like in the moment thought he was like reaching for the stroller or something. I don't know, but it was like, I was seeing the whites of her eyes. It was like, I thought this woman might, I didn't know if she'd be able to make it past this man, like, and he hung up and was like, oh, kind of after you. And she was just like, just frozen for a little bit. And then she like scuttles past really fast, like, and he stopped. It's so funny because I'm watching the whole thing, and I'm like, again, I kind of just see this like hapless old man that I saw coming from a fucking million miles away. Like she didn't exactly, like I said, she went around him, but it wasn't until like the last second that she kind of even gave like more space and stuff. So she's like kind of not even doing what she's supposed to do, kind of with like going around sooner, or just kind of like giving him a chance to get over. It's like it's just the whole thing. I'm watching the fear, the loathing, the gnashing of teeth, man. It was like, and she's like breathing heavily as she like passed by me, and it was like, oh no, oh no, like. For half a second, dude, I don't know. It's like I get it. Like, okay, if he had stumbled into or anywhere close to the stroller, that's one thing, but it was such a non-issue. It was funny to watch the whole thing in slow-mo play out and just watch two strangers have this, like, interaction. That just scared the shit out of one of them and seemed to confuse the other one, you know? He's probably like, I don't know, I rolled the red carpet out for her and everything, and she... I don't understand. Anyway, that was the smallest, most minor example of someone having a case of the Mondays. But like I just said, it was just like during the jog and then during my drive, man, I just kept encountering a lot of really hostile, pissed off people, and I just could not figure out what was going on. I'm gonna look up how to get out of here in a second because I'm clearly missing a certain path each time. It was a Walmart moment, absolutely. You know, that's the thing about Walmart, right? It's all of us. Or wherever, you know, Walmart, Target, a Home Depot. We're all there, you know, and everybody having to get along. Sometimes that doesn't go so well. It was only in the context of everything else that I was like, that one seemed too egregious, but it was kind of funny because it was like, yeah, I don't know, there was... I thought this lady was going to have a heart attack. Get me the hell out of here. So this is a dead end here. You do, Kevin. Yeah, and man, I like around here, it's been kind of stressful too the last couple weeks just because... Oh, maybe I've been missing that ivy there. Yeah, I think this will take us out maybe. But like, you know, we live around, excuse me, like our whole block is just these kind of big apartment buildings, and some of those, you know, it's just a ton of folks all kind of in a dense area, and it's like, man, it's just funny because there are... It also just means that everybody is there whenever they're having their worst day, you know. Because when you live in an area that's quite dense, it means there's always a few people having their like worst day in a long time around you, and you may get to experience at least whatever the repercussions, the yelling, the crying, the breakup that goes on outside, like with people yelling at each other, which was one thing. Like there was one night at like it was like a Thursday night or something. It's like 1 a.m. or something, and it's two dipshits were in the middle of some breakup and just making it everybody else's problem outside, and like just cussing each other out, and like, you know, he's like trying to get away, and I hear her saying something like you leave tonight, you leave forever, or something like that, and and this other stuff. It's just like, and just repeating the same phrases like over and over and over again, because neither of them are listening to each other, and they're both like yelling, and after a while I hear this dude like, hey guys, like, I'm not trying to be a jerk, but like, can you try to wrap this up? Y'all need to like get away from each other or whatever. Like, I heard him say like, I've got a 6-year-old. Try to. Well, yeah, it's like it seems like some weeks or periods of time you'll just have it's just the luck will happen where everyone around you is having, or like I said, you know, when you live around so many people, it could be 2 or 3 people's worst day in a while, you know. Some of my neighbors that used to live in this building, there was some breakup situation, and they're like 19 or some, you know. and they did like a little mini destruction derby out just outside, right out here in the right out in the street, right in front of the apartment. Well, it was really a one-car destruction derby, one car, but yeah, she started like, he was trying to leave or something, and she starts pinning him in with the car, and actually like came around and swiped, like, I just remember like a little side swiping a couple times. A mirror got knocked off at one point. Like, what are we doing? Meanwhile, like, my neighbor upstairs is like trying to like, you know, talk these people down. Like, hey, maybe we shouldn't be, you know, in our cars, driving our cars into each other right now, guys. Like, yeah, Kevin. Oh, totally. Yeah, man. It's city life, you know. It's like there are pros and cons, but man, when you're feeling exhausted already, it can be tough. You know, it's nice having access to everything. It's any kind of entertainment you could ever want, and have access to other people with who are passionate about things that you might be passionate about. You know, there's a higher chance of that if you're in a bigger city. Good place to network for your interests and for your hobbies, whatnot, you know, your job, if that's an aspect of it for you. But then, yeah, the BS. Oh, yeah.
Who invented that thing?
Can we buy anything in here yet? Let's see. That was a lot of just talking. Oh. We did get one ruby armor. Is that all? I guess you can keep getting them. Maybe if I just get in there, now that I know how to get in and out, I bet I could rack up some basically, I'm trying to get those items, the like Fang, I don't know, there were a few of them listed. I'm trying to get those to get a certain item here. And is it it's the ruby armor. Yeah. Cuts fire by 80%. Look at that. And pretty stout too. Guess it's about our strongest armor right now. Well, you know what? That's going to be really helpful against Son of Sun. So maybe I'll save and we'll, now that I know how to get in and out of that area, I can trigger the fights a little faster. So, yeah, totally. Yeah, absolutely, Kevin. It's tough too, because like you could, you know, with moving into a house, you could have a similar situation or any other kind of thing. But yeah, I hear you. And we've been here long enough to see waves to like kind of how the neighborhood feels, or like, you know, because I do get the sense that there's like some folks who are here and maybe they're in like a rent control apartment and they've been here for like forever, you know, and it's just like, it's kind of status quo. But like in the last couple months, someone moved into some apartments nearby that like they just play music super loud. I think they're a producer or something, or want to be. But I'll just hear them. I'll hear them looping a beat at an incredible volume over and over and over again for a few hours. Stopping sometimes and starting it back, you know, and it's like, and playing a live drum set and stuff, which I'm like, dude, you're in an apartment. I love music, and I'm gonna say this drummer to drummer, but if you live in an apartment in a dense, then there are other apartments right there around you. You can't have a drum set. you can't have a drum set. You need to get an electronic kit or upgrade your fucking living situation. You know, go to a practice space or something. But yeah, you can't.
Where are you?
He's like, stop me.
Give me a hell yeah!
Come and stop me. You come and stop me, you old millennial. All right. Who knows? He could be the next shit-stained producer that's like out of ripping everybody. We find out like 10 years down the road he was a total creep and was just ripping everybody off the whole time. Like,
This is the way.
all right, good stuff. Happy Monday, guys. Thank you so much for hanging. I am missing my sunglasses. Miss those things. Can't find them right now. I'm going to get a little break in. Thank you guys for hanging. We are side questing. Look, it's going slow, but it's all good. I wanted to hang out with you guys and talk for a little bit. Yeah, you know. So I'm going to get back into this, and I think I will get us 2 more pieces of that armor. We managed to get the last one pretty quickly, so let's see what we can do, and then we'll pick up on the rest of these. You know. Yeah. It's funny, Kevin, because like for me, it's like it's the same as long as it's not during quiet hours. However, the drum set I think is like that's a next level. That's a. I want the ability to be able to play my own music, but when I play my music at a volume, then I'm like, damn, that's loud. I'll step outside and I can like barely hear it, you know. And at that point, it's like maybe the people I share a wall with are hearing it. But this drum set, man, it's... Damn.
Give me a hell yeah!
Anyway. Because, yeah, for me, normally I'm like, look, I want the ability to be loud sometimes, too. I want to throw the occasional party or, you know, pump up the jams. But yeah, but it's a respect thing. Not all the time and not to a crazy wall-shaking level. Yeah. All right, guys, I'm going to take a little break. BRB. Hope you guys can, take a break, too. Let me get some refills. I'll take a few minutes, and we'll get back here, and we'll get back into this. BRB.
Hell yes. Look, there's two options. You can actually speak truth to power, or you can pursue a job in the entertainment industry.
Hey, yo, welcome, guys. Good to see you. Gigantic, what's up? Welcome. Happy Monday. Welcome.
Unbelievable.
How you guys doing, man? I love the pun there. That's a good one, Gigantic. Looks like Chrono and crew. For Chrono and crew, time is truly on their side. Absolutely.
My name is Reggie. I'm about kicking ass. I'm about taking names. And we're about making games.
Very timely there, Reggie. Thank you. Always love a good inappropriate sound effect, you know? Right? Just kind of adds to the fun, right? Hopefully, I don't know. You guys tell me, or don't. Let's let that one die. Welcome, guys. Happy Monday. I'm having one. I'm having a case of the Mondays myself. Struggle bus today.
My opportunity is coming.
Okay, yeah. I guess I have an opportunity to turn it around. I'm hanging out with you guys, playing some Chrono Trigger, but damn, it's been a day. Feels like everybody around me has been like pissed off and having their own case of the Mondays. Something's in the air or the water. Maybe it's the lack of. They haven't cut the fluoride just yet, right? Can't blame that.
I'm going to be able to come back up next time and kick your ass.
Thank you, Reggie. Well, let me get untangled here, and then we'll get unstuck in time. Actually, we can stick around here for just a little bit longer. Let's take out some dinos, and maybe it would help to have Chrono just to. I don't know. We were kind of quick with dispatching a lot of these. You know, it's that passion that Reggie brought, and honestly, I think it took the world outside of Nintendo a little while for them to feel it, you know, feel those repercussions. But yeah, Reggie's fury. Imagine if Reggie came back. You know, he came back, and I've been wanting to talk about this. I haven't seen these guys since the initial, like, that first switch to Nintendo Direct that they did. I haven't, I watched that all the way through, and it got to a segment maybe in the last 10 minutes or something where I think we got to meet the sort of main team behind this, or leading this Switch 2 effort. And I don't know if you guys saw it or not. But my God, I'm not sure if it was a hostage situation or not. They had like these three guys there, and they're just sweaty as fuck, and they all look, you know, super nervous. I was honestly kind of like trying to see if they were trying to, you know, are they blinking? Are they trying to tell us anything here? Because I don't know, something's not right. Like let me remind myself of this suit. I just remember thinking, like, this almost looks like a public execution here, you know, like, and it had me thinking, and I said it at that time, but like, I don't care which one of those three it's going to be. I'm just going to address you guys directly right now. One of you needs to step the fuck up. One of you needs to step up, and the rest will follow. But right now, I'm seeing like, you know, like three guys that are up there. It's like they're in front of the firing squad or something. You know, I need a Miyamoto. I need a Reggie. I need something, a personality. And these guys just gave me hostage situation. You know, it's. I mean, maybe you guys can fill me in if they've had any public. Have they been seen since then? Have there been any public appearances? Do we know that they're still alive? Because I don't know. It wasn't looking good from that, and that's what they were using to launch the Switch 2. Maybe one of these guys can loosen up a little bit over time and you know, take the reins here, but. what I want to see is I want to see one of them stepping up, right? Holding themselves accountable and every man around them, right? Each one, you know, holding each person accountable. Again, someone steps up and leads. Everyone else is going to follow. But I need someone to win over the locker room right now because it's, I don't know. Wasn't impressed. We'll see. Hopeful though. I'm very hopeful. You know, I think that maybe they can loosen up a bit. You know, shake it off and. Take out the kill wallas. This is a good thing to be doing while you're ranting too. I feel that was helping to moderate the blood pressure, which was going up, but didn't skyrocket as far as it could. The suit, I forgot that I wanted to see the suit. Let's see the Nintendo Switch 2 announcement. What were they? The execs? I don't know. I need some pictures here. I might just have to go back and find the video. Yeah, I'll pull that sometime. We'll do a rage. We'll do a rant mode on it, or if I still have it left. Well, I'll just say this: if they haven't corrected the situation soon, you know, we might have to let our voices be heard. I want to see the suit. If any, I didn't see it right away. I was trying to find a picture of the three of them. But maybe if I just type in Switch 2, let's see, Nintendo Direct suit. You know, sadly, I'm getting these results from Iwata. Rest in peace. He was one of the good ones, you know?
It's okay for macho men to show every emotion available right there, you know, because I've cried 1,000 times, I'm gonna cry some more.
I'm a little sad I was not engaged with Nintendo's marketing very much during the Iwata era. I missed a lot of that, sadly. And that kind of just goes to show, man, you know, we're all here on borrowed time. You know, we're all here on borrowed time. You got to tell each other you love them, you know, because I knew his name. I knew at that point I wasn't familiar with all the legends of him like stepping into this or that project and saving it. And, you know, I hadn't heard in my heart, I'm a gamer, you know. I hadn't heard all that, but I still had I knew who he was and had some respect. But I think like, you know, for a while there, it was like you didn't hear a whole lot about folks outside of Miyamoto. You know, he was kind of like the one sort of point man, you know. But you know what? Sorry, Gigantic. Yeah, sometimes it lets him through. Okay, yeah. Let me I guess I do have the Discord, the collections and acquisition. Yes, or the stream links, right? Oh, I'm nervous. Sorry about that. I saw that. I was like, what? Gigantics over here. I saw this star is all I got. So, yeah. Like, okay. Where are we going with that? You know? So many ways that could go. A feather. Let me see if I can get in and. Because you know what? There's no telling how many good links I've been missing up until now. You know, like you know. Pictures of the Nintendo Direct folks, hot singles in your area. Some of you, I know some of y'all are single, like that. You know, you could have been like probably like we probably missed out on some really good crypto opportunities as well. I need to get on that. Mods. Where's the one about links? Maybe that's even I have that set up on Stream Elements or something. I'm taking a look, but yeah, I'm not seeing it right off the bat how to fix it. Damn. Allow hyperlinks. This is the stream where I just lose my mind, just getting lost back here in the jungle. It doesn't even matter anymore. This is my like what is it Colonel Kurtz or whatever. I forget. We just start massacring all these just to get every I want every petal, every petal, every fang, every. All right, here we go. Bitcoin for pizza. Oh yeah. Oh totally. Well, yeah. And how many other people like? The only folks I ever knew who were into Bitcoin was that like guy in college who's saying he's in class talking about like, oh yeah, man, I ordered some crazy drugs off off the dark web and I used this thing called Bitcoin and yeah, I don't know, man. That's a hey, why are you telling me this? B, I don't know. Is that what? And then it was funny because like he would try to go on a passionate defense of the blockchain and all related things, but he just kept coming back to that you can buy drugs online aspect. And it's like at a certain point I see through you, buddy. I see through this thin veneer. But he just kept coming back. Somehow the argument kept like oh man, but also it's cool. Totally decentralized currency, not at the whims of a government or, and also you can buy it's just like clockwork, man. And honestly, I think that same conversation could probably happen right now. Some of the crypto bros. It is crazy. Like, it is crazy how much money some folks made. And yeah. This one guy that where do I know him from, actually? Yeah. I only knew a couple of people who were into this stuff like when it was, I guess, first kicking off, and then it was funny because it was like it jumped, like I heard nothing for many years, and then it was just like of course it's everywhere and there's so much money being like thrown at it and stuff, and yeah, becomes part of that like wider conversation about AI and other things as well, or just keeps a concurrent topic, yeah. I don't know. Yeah, I remember I was either in college or like shortly afterwards, a couple of years after that I'm starting to hear about it. Like I said, there was then a gap before there was this like huge, like it just being a huge thing on Yeah, they're just being talked about as often as stocks. All right, let's get us a few more fights. Maybe I should just kind of go in and out. Make it faster. Thank you guys for hanging. Happy Monday. I remember I remember just feeling really this was one of those times that I was like for the next couple of weeks or whatever, my already kind of low social media usage, most of that would be Reddit, went down even further. And that was like seeing this stuff about, it was about like GameStop announcing that they were entering the NFT market. And I just stumbled into, there was this subreddit of people who were like so stoked about it and stuff. And I remember I just stumbled onto it because they had, you know, it was like they had something trending or something that got picked up and, you know, front page for a lot of people or whatever. And I guess it just like for a couple of days, I couldn't help but like go and read some of the stuff where people were like, "Oh, this is awesome!" Like, dude, and like, and they had these like, they had, you know, this armor and like, oh, like these in-game items for fucking games that don't exist and will never exist, and hopefully the people in the chat, or at least most aren't bots, but it's sad because some of them are, many of them are not, and or at least a handful. And it was just like everyone being really excited, like, I'm gonna buy this item, and then, well, I mean, like, it's on the blockchain, so I can like kind of use it in like any game that could come out in the future. And it was this like and they're throwing their money at this, and I better get in on this quick, you know, like, or I get in on the ground floor. And it was these absolutely worthless quote items that are in a game that doesn't exist, or if it comes out is going to be an absolute steaming pile of shit. And like people were throwing their money at this, thinking that it was going to be this like universal token that they could use. Oh, cool! Like. It just sounds like something. It's like when that I love video games. I love what if scenarios. I love a good as a kid, I'm loving some Earthworm Jim, etc. But I had a buddy of mine that like all day it was just, well, what if like this happened, or like Superman and Spider-Man got together and da-da-da. We're both like 10 at the time. And I remember at a certain point, just like, dude, stop. I can't do any more what ifs. Like, I can't. And to me, this is what it felt like. It was like, oh, bro, what if like I could use this armor though, but in Call of Duty, and like in the future I'll be able to do that. Like there were these ideas, some of them thinking that like you could take an item and it would be useful in like a ton of games that they would actually want to play, and that all these games would, I guess, be part of some system, of course, that has that item, has it mocked up, has a 3D version of it, has it, you know, like, has it implemented into the game and the game balanced around it. And it was just the craziest. It was like I couldn't look away because I felt bad for these people, and bad that like, of course no one's going to be around, like, you know, there's not going to be a whole lot of pushback on that, like, or people to tell some of these folks like, hey, this is totally worthless, you know, don't spend money on this. And you know, there's always just going to be a certain number of folks that will like, it's like, oh, I need that, you know. And it's like it's sad, man. It's but, yeah, no, that's cool, Kevin. Yeah, well, it is interesting how like I'm curious like how much it's worth now versus when I would hear some of the folks, you know, buying Bitcoin and stuff like you know, back when it first came to my attention, and I don't know if I was there at the beginning, but or remember, it was probably already going for a little while by the time I heard about it. But yeah, right. Well, Reddit's just like a big forum kind of. There's like a individual forums for pretty much every topic, you know. Down to like individual video games, all having their own little forum often, you know, like hobbies, interests, you know, so it's just like, and then a lot of stuff that has nothing to do, like I use games only as the example because we're playing these here, but it's not a gaming site. That's just one of like a ton of interests. But yeah, it's also not a great place, and it's got a bunch of bots too. So, you know, yeah, it can be good for some things. Some of you have to find like the good subreddits, but I think as a whole, it can be a terrible place. Yeah, you got to curate it. What's up, Rotes? Welcome. Happy Monday. I went to hit a sound effect, but everything here is like sad. It's hey guys, happy Monday.
Oh my God!
My allergies are bugging me. Monday already. Yep, it has arrived already. Well, yeah, like it's just that there's a lot of folks on it, Kevin, of every variety. So it's like any sort of political persuasion is there, and also like, yeah, there's corners of it that are bad, and then there's corners where like, oh, you know, maybe folks aren't allowed to cuss in a post, or they, you know, it's a very narrow topic, you know, keep it about Harry Potter or whatever, you know, kind of like it's big. I would not say like overall kind of like it has that reputation. It's just, it's got a lot of people on it, and people do talk very heatedly at each other. And say there's some wild shit and then some really tame stuff on it as well. So it's the best summary I can give. Yeah, I don't know. Just it's funny, like I said, like with the GameStop NFTs, I try to keep an open mind about things, but some of this stuff, sometimes it's good to ask, like, do I need this as well? You know, is this actually doing anything new, or is it, yeah. People just forget that so often, like, some of these technologies, like you're hearing so much hype around it because there's marketing. They stand to pump the stock and make money off of it. And it's like, that's not to say there aren't huge advances in tech. It's just that people are so ready for like all right, everybody's talking about the NFTs now. I'm doing the NFTs, you know, and I'm putting all my, you know, it's like I don't know. There's just yeah. I feel like some of that stuff, people forget the aspect of like, you know, how much it's still being a product is, and how, you know, of course, yeah. Anyway.
Nice. It's a new follower.
Hey, thanks for the follow. I'll let you stay lurking. I appreciate you coming through. Happy Monday.
Oh!
Anyway, I don't mean to be too negative. I was having a case of the Mondays myself. So I'll I'll back off. Yeah, it was I mean, think at a certain point, like a lot of other game stores really closed down. They had a level of sounds good, Rotes. There's a level of I think of them just kind of being like the only game stop in town. Because yeah, I don't know. There was some pretty competitive. I think that there were a lot of like just total buyouts. They bought a lot of like other, video game chains out and stuff, and through that expanded. And it's interesting, they actually, thanks, Rotes. They actually, they do some retro stuff now. They will sell some cards. And I've seen the occasional post where someone seems to get a good deal every now and then out of that. And I haven't checked it out for myself, but I guess that's something new that's a step in a fun direction, or something that would actually make me want to walk back into a GameStop. But yeah. Yeah, we had Electronics Boutique, and then into EB Games. And then, like, it was funny because I didn't realize this. I was going to this mall for a while as a kid, and at a certain point, it's like, I've got enough autonomy. Like, it's like, hey, meet me at this time or something, and I get to go check out the bookstore. Or I get to go, I'd make the rounds. I'd hit the game. I'd hit Electronic Boutique, and later I realized, like, I think it was. There was one that I didn't expect that I found later on. I can't remember if it was KB or what. I don't even think they were in the mall the whole time, but they had been there for a while. And I was like, damn, I've been missing out. It was a KB Toys, I believe. And they, and Rotes mentioned that just now too. There was something else. Sears. It was funny. Like some of the big like anchor stores, it's like they knew they had to keep kids in. Cause like, a couple of times I'd remember going with my dad to like Sears, and this is like an appliance thing, someone's going to be thinking about buying a dishwasher or like something big. And then I look over and they're like selling a Nintendo 64. Like, all right. See you, Dad. I remember a display at one Sears and just being like, oh, I think I love Sears now. Whoa, I love Sears. Radio Shack, yeah. Sure, yeah. That's a good series of one. Sears had the goods. They did. And always a good magazine too. A good Christmas edition magazine, for getting all your doing all your consuming. But God, the like window shopping that you could do through a magazine insert or something, and it just showing all these games. It was a good way to learn about games too, and seeing some of the cool box art. But yeah, I just remember loving seeing games that I would never buy, or just kind of like, oh wow, I want this. There's a few box art, a few examples of box art that I just like, I saw so many times, never played the game, but I always like wanted to, or kind of was like, I'm going to ask for that or something. I like your series that you went through there, Rotes, the making the rounds. Yeah, there were a couple others too. I'm not remembering everything, but yeah, it's EB was the big one, the best. Something else came. Oh, so like Software Etc. was there at one point too. I think that they were kind of like an earlier one. Software ETC. I've forgotten about that. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I might. I'm a little more likely to pop into one since, if I'm buying a new game these days, I've been like I've had it shipped to me, because maybe I'm getting it on the launch date or whatever. Not that many pre-orders lately, but mostly because I've got a backlog. I don't need to pre-order. Dude, all right. I'm just going to see if this has gotten us another set of armor. We kind of just had to run around a bit, and we're trying to get some armor that'll set us up for Son of Sun. And maybe we'll do that boss fight maybe tonight. I think we can handle that. Would be faster if I had lightning, but or if I used a tech, I guess. I don't know why I'm... Just take out the dino now. Shh. It's enough of that.
You dumb son of a bitch!
Did you guys have a good weekend? What'd you do? Go anywhere? See anything? Oh, my allergies are killing me. I'm tearing up. Good thing I just put something in here about crying.
It's okay for macho men to show every emotion available right there, because I've cried 1,000 times, I'm gonna cry some more.
Dude. I watched some more Andor, and I'm enjoying it. I think it's run back through here again. I think it's some of the best stuff I've seen in a little while. Star Wars. Not everything is great, but I don't like everything about most things I'm gonna watch. It's easy to nitpick, but it's been fun, and it's gotten better over the course of this season too. I was about ready to bail. There was one, we were watching it towards the end of the night, and I was already just like, I'm not 100%. I'm not running at 100% anymore. And I'm watching the TV, and there was this scene where it was a bunch of people that are part of this rebel squad, and they were all sitting at a table having a fight, basically between two factions of that group, but they did it. It was so annoying because it had like the person would say their line, and then the very next person would blah, 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 and then what? But we need to do this, and then the next person, and it was like, in an anime when like the character is just about to go grab a trophy or the big thing at the very end, and they spend a minute showing like every character going like, yeah, you can do it or something. This was that, except just lined up with no space, right? It just bam, 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 each one of them. And I was, oh my God, like, you've got to let this breathe a little bit. Like, you're cramming way too much into this. No one talks like this. Like, no one argues like this, where they're instantly ready to, like, it was Gilmore Girls fast, it was quick. And I wasn't keeping up, sadly. And maybe I'm just, hey, maybe I right? Maybe this is me lashing out because I wasn't smart enough to keep up. But no, it was just so fast. And thankfully, the series would go on to, let it breathe a little bit. And that scene was just one of a few. So I was like, my God, man. Yeah, I don't know. You maybe needed to break this one into a couple of episodes or something, because it felt like really bad theater or something, where like everybody's rehearsed their lines way too many times, and there's it's like there's nothing natural about it anymore. Anyway, that's my rant. I have a whole scene for rants. Why don't I go to that sometimes? I should do that and just have the game. Yeah. Have space for the game and the rant, you know? Like, okay, I need to spruce some things up around here. Did I not use a shelter back there? I'm gonna run us all the way back through and try to find the exit again to get us back to the village. Man. Yeah, totally, Rotes, yeah. That's what I need. I like a good haiku, you know? Good sonnet. Oh, totally, Kevin. Yeah, the prefab house, basically. Well, you know, it's so funny because, of course, that was a big thing, much bigger than this. But in my head, I'm thinking of a particular scene from Red Dead Redemption. But it's got this silly country song about building a house, putting something together. Red Dead Redemption 2, I guess, yeah. The only one of those games that I ever played, and I did really enjoy it. But I sort of went through it and then beat it, and I didn't like play for any sort of completion, or there's so much stuff like finding, like locating animals, or all the plants and shit, like herbs and spices. So much to do, like, but I think once I took my time going through it, but once I got to the end, I was like, okay, right, I was ready to play something else. Yeah. Oh, yeah, totally, Kevin, yeah. Right. Oh. Gold eaglets.
You call this fucking music?
Saw a comedy show this weekend that was fun, and it had they actually had a band play beforehand. It was I should look them up. I've forgotten the name. But it was so funny. They were this very, it was this, it was funny because they were doing this kind of like sort of corny theme, you know, all intentional, but like, there was some color coordination. It was a 4-piece, let me think. Yeah, 4-piece jazz ensemble, guitar, bass, guitar, a baritone guitar for the other guy. And then you had a saxophonist and a flautist. And all the songs, they would have these amazing song titles. But of course, everything was instrumental. And for lack of a better term, this is a great term for jazz. And I don't use it a whole lot. But, I mean, come on. It was vibey. It was very nice. It was just kind of funny to have like that before the comedy set too. It was just a fun mix. I also saw a big creative inspiration of mine and sat a few seats down from them, and I only thought about it during the transitions, like before the, like as we were sitting down and we saw him, and then a little bit later that's like everybody's leaving, and but I was thinking like, man, this is a person I would just like, I would kill to be in their creative circle and be a part of like what they work with them in some fashion, or many of the people in their ring. And like I did not at all. I decided not to shoot my shot for a few reasons. It's not like I really had anything to like talk about from me creatively, but that one was kind of in the background. Like, you know, sometimes it's nice to meet people in the context of you're performing at a show that they're at, or someone shared your thing to them, or, you know, like there's a little something like that. So anyway, that's all in the background. He was with his parents. Seemed like he had the family visiting. And I think, you know, the number one thing on my mind, though, it wasn't that he was with his family and deserved a private moment, which, you know, might have been the case. It wasn't anything about my hang-ups about, like, wanting to talk to, you know, someone that I would, like, kill to work with. It was more so the coffee that I spilled on my lap right before we went into the theater, the little comedy club. When I went to pick something up that I had dropped into the floorboard, and I forgot that I had a coffee in my lap. This very cup. And I was picking that thing up, and then I felt extremely wet. I had a very, very, very wet lap. Had to, like, wring the pants dry wet. I lost like half the coffee in the seat and into my, almost all of it absorbing into my like sweatpants, and wearing sweatpants at the time too. So we're just about to go into this comedy club, and it's funny. Like, I even saw this old man walking by just before I was about to get out and try to figure out what the hell to do, you know, now that I've spilled. Like, how am I going to walk? There's no way to hide it. It's a huge stain and very wet. You know, like, it's funny because I saw this old man walking in. It turns out it was this guy's dad. He's had him on his podcast before. So, like, I'd seen him, and like, yeah. Oh, yeah, man. It was I didn't recognize him at that time, but later when we sat down, and I was like, oh, okay. Wow, that's funny. Well, yeah, dude, I spilled a ton of coffee in my lap, and it's funny because I remembered that I brought this pullover, and I'm doing the, like, trying to play it off with the, you know, pullover, tie it around the waist maybe, and have the whole bulk of the like pullover shirt, have it like over the crotch area, you know. Maybe I'm groovy enough to pull that off, but yeah, I just remember thinking, like, even with that, like, I was like, this looks ridiculous, just the color combo that it was kicking off, and the sloppiness. Also, if I sat down, it was like, you know, still hard to hide. So let's just say I did not meet one of my you know, big creative inspirations. I'll take the next chance, though. You know, I'll say hi next time. Yeah, it was a it's funny because before the show, I honestly for a second was like, I may need to go home. Like, I might need to just be late, and I hope they'll let me in, coming in like late into everything. And then I remembered that shirt. But yeah. So I got to, you know, that being said, amazing, great, hilarious comedy show. I enjoyed the concert. And even though I was just sitting there with a wet lap, I was happy. I had a wet lap, but a smile on my face. And I think that's what it's all about. All right, let's trade some stuff in here. Found strange rock, but feel icky when touched, so throw away. Oh, wait. Oh, is he talking about the sunstone, maybe? Anyway, that's not the one I'm supposed to talk to. Oh, these people have some new dialogue, I guess. I'll check out the village here. Some of them have some new dialogue. Do we have enough for a third? Don't have enough for a third, but we have two. I think that'll be enough to do what we need to do. I think we could probably beat Son of Sun with that. Because I think that's your main sort of usage. Oh shit, what is it? Go here. I'm dried out.
I love you sweetly.
Excuse me. Sody pop. Doot doot doot. Ruby armor. This is the one cuts fire by 80%. I think the next best we can do. Well, shit. We don't even need that if we have the. I might have spent too much time on this. We already have the red vest, which will absorb 50% of the fire hit. That gives you like half of the. You get HP back. I think we're going to be okay. We'll be good with those 3 things. Cool. Lavos fall. Reptite's gone. Good. But get cold now. Hunting bad. Kino not give up? Kino, we talked to you earlier, buddy. What a cozy little hut he and Ayla have here, you know? Isn't it nice? She's shaking her head. This is a, how would this do on r/male living spaces? This one here. Although, you know, Ayla may have had a hand with some of the decorations. Who knows? Kino, he might have a flair for that kind of thing, you know? Yoga Hut. Thunderstun all dinosaur, you know? Yeah, you don't have another one for me. Old man. Trade your shiny stone. Okay, let's talk to the people below. Brr, cold. Oh yeah, the Ice Age is starting. Ayla quit chief. Kino now chief. Bright fire, Lavos fall. Get cold now. These poor people, they don't even know the half of it. Better get used to it. Like I said, Ice Age is gonna be here for out of the next 65 million years. Still going into 12,000 BC. Found strange rock, but feel icky when touched, so throw away. Less monster, now cold. Less animal, too. No more sweet water, never happened before. Oh, I think that was the, like, HP restoring stuff they would give. All right, I think, you know what? Let's hop in our dactyl here. How's our buddy doing? This is one of the early vehicles you get in the game. I'll go check out the other village here. These are the guys that get attacked. Laruba. What's the other one? Laruba, Ioka. Who disturbs my slumber? No. Just trying to get some shut-eye. I'll change Ayla's name, so let me get some rest. Oh, what? Oh, we don't... You know, she can keep her name and sleep well. I'll ask her what she wants to be called. Thank you, sir.
What the hell's going on? I mean, what the hell is going on?
Yeah. Oh, Kevin, it's a... it's interesting, isn't it? Like, yeah, I guess that mammoth remains are some, like, quite well preserved. I guess they do have, like, quite a bit of DNA out there from these things. You know, since, of course, some of them died in the right manner and just got frozen, then, you know, could be fairly well preserved. Yeah, it's interesting, isn't it? I don't think it's you know, it's like, I don't think there's the one shot, bam, you get the mammoth kind of, you know, like it's a, it's like, I think you know, trying to do something to introduce this or that gene to try to start sharing some characteristics, but I think it's like a, yeah. Yeah, are we back to war elephants? I don't know though, like mammoths weren't, I mean, that would be a pretty, well, I can't speak to I guess I would say in modern times, or well, modern ancient times, not way back, but yeah, of course we have a record of like a lot of war elephants and stuff, African war elephants, and there was there were these others too that were like, oh, it was like the Indian one, like Indian elephants and African ones. One of those at the time was like quite a bit smaller, but both would be used in different types of warfare and stuff. Yeah, I don't know about I don't know if the hell yeah, we're riding the mastodon around, you know. That's the warfare we're bringing back. That'd have to go pretty far back, I think. Yeah. Oh, totally. Yeah. Right. Well, I mean, we're not in an ice age, right? Yeah, like you were first saying. The glaciers have receded. So sadly, I mean, they made a whole documentary about this. It had what's his name in it. They put all kinds of talent on it. They even called it Ice Age. You know? An American media franchise, right? Created by Michael J. Wilson, centering on a group of mammals surviving the Pleistocene age. Consists of computer animated films. Short films, TV specials, and a series of video games. We all know the one. Wow, look at this. This is quite a discography, or I had no idea that there was so much to Ice Age. I'm going to be honest. I'm looking at a ton of links here on Wikipedia. Ice Age, The Meltdown, Dawn of the Dinosaurs, Continental Drift, Collision Course, and then they just went Ice Age 6. Okay, that must be a working title. 2026, I see. I've never seen any. I don't think I've seen any of these. I think I may have seen the first one. Like half of it or something. And then you have those short films. Ice Age, huh? What can you do? Welcome, not smoothie. Are you just gonna make noises, or? Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Okay. Just gonna sing off key if that's all right with everybody. Let's get to the future now. Let's do that. I think next up is getting that Son of Sun, you know, doing that. Although it's funny because it was Luca attached to that. It seemed like she was the one that was telling us about it, huh? Well, you know, it's interesting, Kevin, because like there were big headlines the other day about, like scientists have brought back the dire wolf. And it was a total misleading thing about like, not that it's not at all the case. Like they found some DNA from one and like have, you know, like just totally recreate. They cloned one, you know, from, you know, like we've got an actual dire wolf there. It was, and it's funny how crazy far that story spread with that title of like, wow, the dire wolf is back, man. Can you believe it? Oh, I meant to go to End of Time, huh? Oh, guess I was there.
What the hell's going on?
I just want to talk to Luca real quick, see what she says. I think she's the one that shows us. I think she's the one. I think it's Luca that tells us, "Hold your horses, disembark." Tells us about this side quest.
Oh, mamma mia, mamma mia.
I think that might be the only Tremors I have. The only I've never seen it. I've never seen it before. I would like to, but yeah, a lot of movies I've never seen, and it's like want to see. Yeah. Also from Tremors, should be easy to find. One second. Always down for a good insult, you know.
What the fuck? Oh my god!
Yeah, you know, it's funny because like I've seen clips of it before, and I just haven't seen the whole thing. It's got KB Toys, Kevin Bacon Toys. 6 degrees to KB Toys. You wish to fight Lavos, correct? Many paths lay open to you. You may use that bucket or fly the wings of time to the day of Lavos. Sorry, I was trying to get links turned back on, but it's I don't know what's blocking it right now. I was actually looking at that earlier. I don't know if it's like Restream that's doing it or and I took a quick peek and I couldn't figure it out. Sorry, Rhodes. What's blocking my links? That wasn't always the case either. That's what kind of got me confused. Rhizone, I remember him sharing some stuff. He was even polite, asked about it in advance, like, oh yeah, sure, because I was like, I'm not doing anything to stop that from coming in. But yeah, guess I am. Tisk tisk. Yeah, the Discord one sucks. Like, I don't know what's going on with that. I can't. I'm kind of curious if you guys just update your whatever you have that gives Discord out. Do you just update that link regularly? Because it won't give me a static. Yeah, okay. Because it doesn't give you a static link that even seems to last long at all. Yeah. Yeah, I'll take care of that. Yeah, sorry guys, that sucks. I don't know, like I said, it was not that long ago. The links and stuff were working, so I don't remember making a change, but is it in? Let me see. Just give it 1 second to focus here, see if I can. Moderation. Block hyperlinks was selected. All right, fire away. Well, yeah, you know, it's funny because I do the one that says never expire, and this, I sound like grandpa here when I tell you this, but I swear it expires. Like, it doesn't, and quickly too. But I had the thought of like, maybe I just need to go like grab it before a stream or something and update it sometimes. But I'll go and click that, like make this permanent, you know, or make it, set this link to not expire. Has that, I remember that verbiage. And every time I do that, it's like it's quite impermanent, you know? I know, right? Jeez. I never happened. I used to pick up the phone and I could get all my problems solved. Now they want me to use a computer or an app. Gaspar, come with us, man. Come ride the wings of time. Oh, thanks, Rotes. I see it now. Perfect. That's great. I think I've seen that before, but it's okay. Let me I'm gonna save that. Thank you. Yeah. I'm gonna toss that in my list. Oh, something is auto-playing. Why is everything logged out right now? What the hell is going on? What is playing right now? I'm a terrible streamer. Give me 1 second. I got this in my right ear. I got Luca in my left ear. What the fuck is auto-playing right now? Sorry. Okay, I can't deal with this. I can't find this fucking window that's talking to me right now, and I've got an SNL sketch in the background that I just auto played to, and my God. Something's tripping out because this audio should not be playing right now. That's funny. I'm sorry, guys. I'm a little... My God. I just had to turn the volume down right now because I don't know what that is. Not helpful. Whatever's playing right now. Hey, you know, that's the Parvination experience. The other day, Captain Nemo said one of the nicest things he could have ever said to me, which was that this stream reminds him of a bad, like, public access TV show, which again is like the highest compliment I could possibly get, and a little bit of that, you know, reassurance that you're on the right track, you know. Let's go hang out. Let's go solve Luca's problem. It's interesting that she's the one talking about this. I don't remember the catch here, but I guess it brings us back to her. There's a thing where we're going to save her mom. I think this ends up leading to that, but we save her mom from this, like, terrible accident that she was like disabled from after this, like, this machine or whatever. We'll see the scene. It's actually pretty fucked up. It's kind of horrific, and it's a quick time event as well. And if you don't know the answer to something, then you basically watch this scene where you know, you're not going to see like full on gore, but it's just implied that it was about to, you know, you see someone going into a machine basically, and then, you know, and then, yeah, she's maimed for the rest of her life, and I guess we can go back and fix that, you know. Yeah. Thanks, Rhodes. That's also that helps me too on the typecasting, you know. That's I'm gonna take one more stab at closing windows here and just see. This is awful. Why is something playing right now? There it is. I was getting Bill Hader celebrity impressions with references was the video that was playing. it started with him doing his like John Malkovich impression, which is quite good, but my God, you know. I love, you know, Bill Hader, you seem all right. I can't deal with that right now. Chrono Trigger.
Oh, mamma mia, mamma mia.
God damn. Yeah, Rhodes, thanks for hanging out. I finally got the car out of neutral. Yeah. Thanks, buddy. Thanks for stopping by, and take care. Have a good night, and good luck tomorrow. Okay, so if we talk to Gaspar, he tells you basically every side quest you have available to you. Or at least all the big ones here, the ones that are tied to a character. We now know that Luca was talking about the Sunstone, and how the Sunstone used to power Zeal. That was something we started to learn at one point in the game, that the Kingdom of Zeal, when we get there, they're starting to go off the deep end. They've begun to harvest even more energy from Lavos, and they're just driving the shit down. You know, it's not sustainable, and of course it ends in them, you know, their floating continent crashing to the ground, and just hitting you over the head with a huge metaphor. But there's some backstory that tells you that there was a time when they got their energy from a more harmonious relationship, I guess, to that energy source, and that was via the Sunstone. These stones that were found that had this, you know, immense energy to them, untapped potential within that stone. That's basically what got Zeal up and floating. That's what built the Magic Kingdom. And it seemed like everything was working for a while until they realized that the Sunstone is being sapped dry. It's almost, you know, been depleted. And I think at that point they freak out, and that's what starts the search for some other energy source, and leads them to Lavos, and, you know, and their own demise, right? Pushing things too hard. So, yeah, it's interesting. This Sunstone, there was a line from those villagers. I don't know if you caught it earlier, but one of them said something about, like, we found this stone, but maybe they even said it wasn't good to eat or didn't have any use. I can't remember what they said. Something that wasn't good, so we just tossed it out. And I think they might even be talking about one of those rocks. Yeah, here it is. There's a very special stone that can shine its light on each generation from the distant past to the far future. Yeah, these are your little, yeah, okay. Yeah, these are all your side quests here. Okay. Sweet. Let's do this. Let's go to the future. Maybe I should get Chrono for this. Robo, I don't know if I need to have you for this aspect. I'm sorry, Robo. We'll do your one soon, Robo. Robo gets to meet his Robo girlfriend. Get this theme since we selected Chrono. All right, here we go. 2300 AD. I think it's here that we'll fight something known as a Son of Sun. Thanks for hanging, guys. Today was really stressful, and it feels good to kick back. RPGs are kind of good for that sometimes. Not to say that there aren't moments that get your blood pumping, you know, but definitely, and this game's got some having been through it a few times, you know, there's a little coziness built in. And I mean, damn, it's not hard on the eyes, you know. All right, here we go. Let's see. Let's hit a filter. Let me get everybody equipped real quick, and we're gonna need to make sure everybody's got like the best fire thing. I'm pretty sure. See, I think the absorbs is even better than this like cuts. Maybe we didn't even need that ruby armor. You know what though? I guess I realized there's a big difference here. Look at that 189 for the ruby armor, which would cut fire by 80%. So she's only going to take 20% of that damage. And you're going to be really well covered for physical attacks too, I guess. So 189 versus the next best like red thing we have right now, I guess would be absorbing 50% of the fire hits. She gets some HP back at that point, but her defense is going to be a lot lower for physical. Well, you know what? Let's give the red vest to her, and I'll give the other people absorbs. Oh, we have one that just purely absorbs the fire. I mean, that... And we're going to be okay. I don't know, it's kind of a hard boss, but once you, if I remember correctly, once you get equipped, you're... What is the load helm? Nothing. Okay, might as well have the memory cap, I suppose. Yeah, so he's gonna need... We could cut by 80%. Okay, yep, I guess I'll need the ruby armor then. Okay, then Rage Band. I think I'm going to keep that. That's like a counterattack. It's not always useful. I just, against like every enemy, but I'll leave it on for now. If we get screwed up, we'll put something else on. We get wiped. Here we go. Shit, this isn't what I expected. Wait, I thought I even walked into like the one that was like a palace already, but maybe not. Maybe it was just this. Maybe I need to go to prehistory. Let's see what's up. Where is Son of Sun? I don't remember. Let's check it out here. Do. Oh, mamma mia, mamma mia. I do not know where I should be going. All right, well, we listened to Gaspar. He talked about that, there being a rock. This guy mentioned someone tossed something out, right? We're off. We're adventuring. Who had the line about the rock? Found strange rock. I feel icky when touched, so throw away. Where'd you throw that strange rock, buddy? That's the... Maybe it's another era we go to for the Sun Keep situation. I don't know. I'm getting all ready for a fight. Let's head to the Dark Ages. No more. I mean, I know that you place the sunstone and then you head to the future, and it's all charged up or something. I just don't remember the sequence of events that gets you to that. Maybe we get the depleted sunstone somewhere in the future and oh, that's just our warp there. Okay. Yeah, I don't remember what kicks this journey off. You know, they showed that cave in the future. We went there. It was this Sun Keep. Didn't see anything just now. Okay. I don't think going to it, see it in 600 or 1,000 would make a difference. Well, I'll just hop on another side quest then if I can't figure out what to... I'm going to stay out of the walkthrough. I was, taking a peek just to see what, kind of like if we had any more main game events coming up, and it is just mostly these side quests, although some good stuff in here. Good loot and good, it's been a while since we heard this one. Some good story development. Okay. We could hit up, Well, maybe talk to Melchior? He wouldn't have any hints for us, would he? Oh shoot, I can't play for a crazy amount longer. Got a late start today. Sorry about that. Had to take my cat to an appointment, and they'd give me a heads up that this place is like closing down in a few months. So they gave me a heads up that they have this crazy volume right now. So everything's taking longer. There's some stuff with like Toma too. I remember visiting her grave. What a case of the Mondays. I'm glad I'm playing this game, man. It's been a heck of a day. Need something to stay sane. I just don't get it. Who's got the Sunstone? Is it the people in the Middle Ages? Go back to Gaspard. Gaspard's like, dude, I just gave you like 10 side quests you could do. I just gave you 10 side quests. And you're hung up on this one. What is going on? Give me something to fight. Give me something to break.
It is the distant future, the year 2000.
Can't we just talk to the humans? A little understanding could make things better.
So I know one of the things we can do is, this Genodome. Although I suppose we might need a robo buddy. Fuck it, let's get in here. I need some action. Let's see. Sure, Chrono, sit on the sidelines for just a bit. I think we can do this now. I don't know. There's like a robot factory. Lowdown. Ruby armor, yeah. Still pretty sick. Boom, bloom, 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 bloom. Analysis complete. Please follow me. Have we been here in the Genodome? Let's see. Oh, do I have to put him in front? Okay. Don't think that was it. Oh, I thought I'd hit a button, but who enters here unbidden? Oh, welcome home, R66Y, or should I say Prometheus? You dare to defile this place with humans.
Finally, robotic beings rule the world.
I haven't seen them in ages. Let me welcome them. Come, let me welcome them. Come closer.
It is the distant future.
She wants to welcome us. This mother brain. So nice. Let's see just what you can do. I think I just got myself into a... I don't know if this section was short before. God damn it. Sorry, mother brain. We ran away. Let us back in. Alright, here we go. What do these buttons do? Nada. Oh, having a, dude. Having lightning would be good against these guys, wouldn't it? Darn it. Sorry, Chrono.
Can we talk to the humans that we're together now?
Thanks for hanging, guys. Happy Monday. Let's work through this a bit. I'll take a quick break if I need to, and yeah, it'd be nice to get a portion of a side quest done at least. I remember this being a bit of a gauntlet here. I think we got to fight a few of these guys. I'm missing Chrono right now. Proto 4. Looks sweet. A whole lot of damage too.
I don't really cool. I don't know.
Cool. I got no comment.
Wants him to hit everybody here. What can we do? Yeah, whatever. Stay alive, folks.
And he did live long enough to see that start.
Oh, I should have hit him with something big.
Time to play the game!
Oh shoot, come on, use it. Let's use our bigger attacks, come on. We got this, Chrono crew. I forget it. Is Tailspin? That's not the one that's HP based, is it? And tech points. Okay, wow. I love them flying in like that too. I think the boss battle against... Oh, I think Dino that's the one that's like HP based. That's probably not going to do much damage at all. I like their little cure beam there. They're cute. Hey, he shot Robo and your buddy there. Jeez. Love a good laser light show. I went to gosh, where were we? Some theme park or something. I can't remember. And like I remember like it was we had a couple hours, or I can't remember the situation, but we had a couple hours to kill, and we had like nieces and nephews, etc. with us, and I remember like the decision was made like, okay, we're gonna see a laser show, and all they had that day was they would sometimes have a laser Pink Floyd like Dark Side of the Moon show, and then bro, we came there, and during the day I guess they would do not Dark Side of the Moon. Instead you would get Laser Lady Gaga was the name of the performance. And yeah, you would go in and kind of sit on this like sort of, you just lie down on this like I remember like kind of a carpeted sort of floor or whatever. You just kind of like lie down a bit. I'm trying to remember how they had it, but you're kind of like, you know, lean back so you can have your mind on your money and your money on your mind, and you can just enjoy the laser light show. I think you were lying down for it, or like most, I don't know. They strap you in. How about a heal? This is quite a gauntlet so far. Each individual, not that difficult, but you don't want to suddenly have 6 things get a hit in, you know, in a row. Oh, I'm not even charming and stuff. Could be doing that. Doesn't she have something that cures everyone? It's the frog that just has heal. She can do cure. Honestly, she could just cure herself. There you go, Robo. Oh, that's it. Not bad for humans, but can you find your way to me? Before we do anything else, let's get healed up. Oh, I used a ton of... Yeah, I was using some of her like big MP moves, Ayla's. Oopsie. That's okay. Do this. You know what, guys? I'm gonna get a bio break in, and I don't remember how long this dungeon is here, but let's start working on it a bit. I can play for maybe 30. All right, I'll be right back. See you in just a little.
protector. Round 1, fight. Cyrax.
What the hell? What was going on with that BRB screen? Jeez Louise. I swear it wasn't like that before I started. And came back, saw the audio was running too for the Mortal Kombat. Oopsie. Alright, I don't know how long this could be. We could be in for a pretty long thing here, but I'm gonna give it maybe a half hour or so. I guess I don't have to force every battle here. Also having, you know what, it would be nice to have. I think Chrono would be good against these guys. They have their own version of Robo's thing. Okay, I think these don't have much left. "300 years ago, the Lavos disaster greatly changed the planet. At this rate, humans will die out from pure despair." Oh, I heard a door opening, huh? Or something. Is this an elevator? A lift? One elixir. Oh! Proto 4. Jumping out of the wall. Okay. Ka-chunk. Ka-chunk.
Susie? Susie cream cheese?
Thanks for hanging, guys. I'm hitting that low gear at this point. Kind of tired. Been a long-ass day. A bit exhausted. I think if you step on the conveyor belt, you just kind of get taken to like a fight that's right there. And something else. Does this restore your energy? What does that do? Not an Intertron, huh? Okay. Let's fight these guys. The buggiest. Who's the buggiest? Chunk.
I just want to check one thing out with you. You don't mind, do you?
Guess we don't need laser spin here. You could have just done a regular attack. You know, I gotta say, Robo, the other guys have like this sort of rainbow color. I think they're hitting the full spectrum. And you seem to be more in this kind of like blue thing with your robo lights there. I don't know. You gotta up your game, man. Technology's leaving you behind. Some of these combinations of people I've never used. I like, you know, there's still some attacks. Just fight you. Oh, I can't, huh? Okay. Oh, you have to like get something else to stand in front of it. That's right. I don't remember how that works. Maybe we find something later. Blink, blink. Blink, 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 blink.
Oh, Jesus, that was brutal.
Man, I'm tired. Got a run in today, though. I'm finally back in the routine, and that feels good. I'm now 3 runs in, and feeling a lot better, honestly. Since the first one, really. But yeah, I haven't gotten back to the length that I was going, the distance I was going before my ankle injury and stuff. But I don't want to push it. I think I could have done that today, but I decided let me get 3, 4, 5 in at this kind of an earlier stopping point, then come back, you know, because, you know, I still find, especially like that foot and ankle still sore, and I notice how much tension I hold. Oh yeah, he's supposed to like bring this current somewhere. I remember this, like, you bring the current to like charge up doors or something that are yeah, I don't know, yeah, that are not operating. I think you can get all charged up and run to them. I think that's the play. Ouch. Damn, it's taking us all out. Wonder if I get credit for the ones that explode? Maybe not. Oops. Whatever, we've got a bunch of ethers and stuff. No problem. Oh. Okay. Okay. Let's go get that charge again. If you touch those things, is that a fight? Is that what happened there? No, only certain ones, I guess. Okay. Doot, 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 doot. Yeah, let's go get that charge, and then we can get that other little... I was seeing this when I was looking at the walkthrough the other day, which I've done a bit of sometimes, just to see, like, you know, having played through this game, there's not going to be any spoilers. It just, some of the storyline beats, I don't remember every step, and it's kind of a dense game like that. But to help me, like, make thumbnails and know what's coming up, I'll take a quick peek I have this time around at the guide, and yeah, I was noticing stuff written about the Poyozo, I think is what it is. Poyozo, maybe? Doll. And I know I collected a couple of those when I played this before, but I don't think I knew that was as big as it is, or that there's that many. I guess that's one of the things you can collect in this game if you're, you know, playing for 100%. Where's the other one I gotta hit? Was it up here? Thought maybe no. I think we put something right in front of it, and he'll get hung up on it, or we can make one follow us or something. I think that's what it is, and he'll like just get stuck. They'll block it, block each other or something. Oh, let's bring some electricity there. Do that. Do do do, ding ding. I see what you're doing. Get ready to be attacked. Ding, ding. Bunch of money. A full tonic. Amazing. Great music. Got the two out of here. Might need to head to a different section. Let me ride this. I think I remember this bringing you to a fight, and it may dump you out somewhere else that we need to go at a certain point. So I'll ride that. I'll ride that in a little bit. I don't remember the deal. Oh shit! This is where we started, isn't it? Mother brain trying to trick me. Oh really? Wow. No way back, huh? You guys gonna make me do that big fight again? Yeah. You know what? Maybe I should have thought about that with the dust chute, you know, before I hopped in there all willy-nilly. Jeez Louise. Okay. Take somebody out here. I wonder if that also resets some of the switches and stuff that were open. If that's the case, I might have to get out of here and just save it for Wednesday. I wanted to get more done side questing, but yeah, it's kind of a rough day. I spent a lot of time. It was good spending that time doing a little leveling up, because I don't think I would have been that useful focus-wise. At least we leveled up and got ourselves some good armor. I just got distracted and started attacking. Could use some of these like dual techniques too that would like actually hit everybody. I need to start exploring that a bit more. August. Robo could also probably do something better than his laser. Good thing the fight music is so good. I hear it a lot. I think an attack should be able to take this guy out. Oh, come on, man. Also, still don't have Chrono, which I think his lightning would be good against these guys. Oh well. Huh? Doing some leveling up. How they fly in there, it's fun. Let's hit him with the old tailspin, shall we? I'm losing that energy, so I might actually get through this. Shoot, we might go hit the dust chute one more time just so we can save. I can't remember if there was a save point just on the other side of this or not. Yeah, I wanted to get a little bit more done, but it's all good. You know, we'll play Wednesday as well, and more side quests is more game. You know, I'm not done with this anyway. I wouldn't want to go. I think we could eke by, you know, get through the end of the game, especially since you get some pretty sweet stuff inside Black Omen. Yeah, I want to savor these last side quests. And I think once we do beat the game, I'm willing to do a little bit of New Game Plus and just kind of, you know, I'll just sort of get us through the story quickly. And, you know, I want to get to a couple, shit. Should do an attack that hits everybody, you know, instead of just hitting attack. I want to, damn. I want to drop my controller again. I want to play enough to see some of the cool endings. You know, some of these parts of the game where if you beat Lavos, you might get a particular ending. There's a couple of those I've never seen. And I think maybe we take a couple extra streams after we beat Lavos to kind of play around with some of that New Game Plus stuff. And I'll try to really rock the story progression quickly and, you know, see if I can get us through that quickly and make that a little bit easier. And then after this, I want to get to Earthbound at some point too. I'm playing Mario 64 on Fridays, and I think I'm going to have to add more streams of that because otherwise I'll never get the game done. There you go, Marl. I'm guessing some of those fights are now like sort of well, maybe not. Okay, let me... Oh, you can walk up through here. Okay. Oh, the laser's down there. Oh, we gotta come here next. Okay. Let me see. Bing bonk, bong bong bonk, ding dunk, dunk dunk. All right, I'm happy that we're not having to like redo every fight here. That's nice. Seems kind of crazy. Can we? No, didn't have enough juice to make it all the way there. Oh, now it's ready to be walked into. Okay. If I could turn back time. If I could oh, I think some... What? What am I supposed to understand from that? I mean, I saw that robot up there. I guess you're just not supposed to go this way, but... I think there's a way to reverse this conveyor belt here. Beep, beep, bop, bop, beep, beep, blop, 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 bloop, bleep, bleep. Can I go down here? I thought that triggered a fight. I might be thinking about that other factory. Oh, right. We haven't been on the lift yet. That's right. Then there's a save point. Just when I thought I was out. This game will keep you playing. It'll keep you... You'll one more chapter the hell out of this game. Can we charm anything from these buggers? These laser guards? God damn you. Full tonic, okay. Oh. This is a pretty hefty little dungeon, I think, huh? I think I'd forgotten that. This looks like a fight. Yeah. Nice. Take him out in one shot. Oh, hey. Another fight. There we go. No idea that was up there. You shoot yourself and then explode. You know what? I think, let's see. I think I still have a good little amount of, a good bit of dungeon left. And I'm thinking maybe it'll be prudent to, what am I doing? Get us the heck out of here in a little bit. Wrap it up, because I'm losing my energy, so. I don't think we have that much more to go before Mother Brain, but I know that's a fight I've choked on a time or two. I think, maybe that, ooh, be careful. That first time through, Robos did. They're all just self-destructing now. Hooray, we survived. 2 of us did. Yeah, two elevators. Looks like we still have a little bit more to go. 2 lifts here. An Uber there. What is this? Bing bonk, donk ding donk, donk donk. Nice. They're stashing a bunch of money here in this factory. It's great. Must be what they've taken from the humans they're processing. Look at that. What is this? We have to do something. Ah, she got shocked. Let us stop the machine, says Robo. It's too well guarded. We have to destroy the central computer. I wonder if that hurts us. Doesn't look like it. I don't want to see another human up there. My God. This is messed up. Save the human! Did you hear that? I think she was processed. Bling plong, 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 plong. God, now I need those sound effects. It's the whole reason I got these. Oh, processed into like a magic tab or some shit? They used poisonous gases, and they poisoned our asses. Okay, you know what? I'm so torn. As you can see, I want to beat this, and I want to go home. Let me save before I hit one of these elevators here. Banger of a track. Love it. The drums are sick. A lot of cool percussion in this game. I've enjoyed that very much. Don't you understand? This planet would be peaceful if there were no humans around. Oh god. And yet you still want to fight? Why? Is this the fight here? The fight? Let's see. How close is Mother Brain? Man, it's funny. There's still a little bit more to explore, so maybe I should just hang it up. I'm getting out of this battle. You know what? I'm going into the next door, and then I'll make the call. Shit. There you go. Take him out. I gotta go BRB, guys. I'm sorry.